unwanted strangers away. High heels, lace and combat boots, purple feathers, twigs and shells, cotton, a pinafore, a bikini, a slicker. If your vagina could talk, what would it say? 2 words. Slow down. Thank you. Feed me. I want yum yum. Oh yeah. Start again. No, over there. Lick me. Stay home. Brave choice. Think again. Mama, please embrace me. Let's play. Don't stop. More. Remember me. Come inside. Not yet. Whoa, Mama. Yes, yes. Rock me. Enter at your own risk. Oh, God. Thank God. I'm here. Let's go. Let's go. Find me. Thank you. No. Too hard. Don't give up. Where's Brian? That's better. Yes! There! A group of women ages 65 to 75 was interviewed. These interviews were the most poignant, possibly because many of these women had never had a vagina interview before. One woman who was 72 had never even seen her vagina. She had washed herself in the shower and bath, but never with any conscious intention. She had never had an orgasm. At 72, she went into therapy, as they do in New York. And with the help of her therapist, she went home one afternoon, lit some candles, played some music, took a bath, and she got down with herself. She said it took her over an hour because she was arthritic, but she said once she found her clitoris, she cried. This monologue is for her.
Down there? I haven't been down there since 1953. No, it has nothing to do with Eisenhower. No, it's a cellar down there. Very damp, clammy. You don't want to go down there. Trust me. You'd get sick. Suffocating. Very nauseating. The smell of the clamminess and the mildew and everything, ooh, smells unbearable. Gets in your clothes. No, there was no accident down there. It didn't blow up or catch on fire or anything. It wasn't so dramatic. I mean, well, never mind. No, never mind. I can't talk about this with you. What's a smart girl like you going around talking to old ladies about their down theirs for? We didn't do this kind of thing when I was a girl. What? Jesus, okay. There was this boy, Andy Lefkov. He was cute. Well, I thought so. And tall like me. I really liked him. He asked me out for a date in his car. I can't do this. I can't talk to you about this. It's down there. You just know it's there. Like the cellar. There's rumbles down there sometimes. You can hear the pipes. And things get caught down there. Little animals and things. And sometimes it gets wet and you have to plug up the leaks. Otherwise, the door stays closed. You forget about it. I mean, it has to be there though, but you don't see it or think about it. But every house needs a cellar, otherwise the bedroom would be in the basement. Oh, right. Andy Lefkov. Andy was very good looking. He was a catch. That's what we called it in my day. We were in his new white Chevy Bel Air. I remember thinking my legs were too long for the seat. I against the dashboard. I remember looking at my big kneecaps when he just kissed me in the surprisingly take me by control, like they do in the movies kind of way. And well, I got excited, so excited, and there was a flood down there. I couldn't control it. It was like this force of passion, this river of life just flooded out of me, right through my panties and right onto the car seat of his new white Chevy Bel Air. It wasn't pee and it was smelly. Well, frankly, I didn't smell anything, but he said, Andy said, that it smelled like sour milk and it was staining his car seat. I was a stinky, weird girl, he said. I tried to explain to him that his kiss had caught me off guard, that I wasn't normally like this. I tried to wipe up the flood with my dress. It was a new yellow primrose dress, and it looked so ugly with the flood on it. Andy drove me home without saying another word, and when I got out, closed his car door, I closed the whole store, locked it, never opened for business again. I dated some after that, but the idea of flooding made me too nervous. I never even got close again. I used to have dreams. Crazy dreams. Oh, they're dopey. Why? Burt Reynolds. I don't know why. Burt never did much for me in life, but in my dreams, it was always Burt and I, Burt and I, Burt and I. It was always the same general dream. We'd be out, Burt and I. It was some restaurant like the kind you see in Atlantic City, all big with the chandeliers and stuff, and the thousands of waiters with the vests. The vests. Burt would give me an orchid corsage. I'd pin it on my blazer. We'd laugh. We were always laughing, Burt and I. Laughing, laughing. We'd eat shrimp cocktail. Huge shrimp, fabulous shrimp. We'd laugh some more. We were very happy together. Then, he'd look into my eyes and pull me to him in the middle of the restaurant. And just as he was about to kiss me, the whole restaurant would start to shake. Pigeons would fly out from under the tables. I don't know what the pigeons were doing there. And the flood would come straight from down there. It would pour and pour. It would pour out of me. There would be fish inside it and little boats, and the whole restaurant would fill with my flood. And Burt would be standing waist deep in it, looking horribly disappointed at me that I'd done it again, horrified as he watched his friends, Dean Martin and the like, swim past us in their tuxedos and evening gowns. I don't have those dreams anymore. Not since they took away just about everything that had to do with down there. Took out the uterus, the tubes, the whole works. The doctor thought he was being funny. He said, "If you don't choose it, you lose it." But really, I found out it was cancer. Everything around it had to go. Who needs it anyway? Highly overrated. I've done other things. I love the dog shows. I sell antiques. You asked me what it would wear? What kind of question is that? What would it wear? It would wear a big sign. Closed due to flooding. What would it say? I told you, it's not like that. It's not like a person who speaks. It's not being a thing that could talk a long time ago. It's a place you don't go. It's closed up under the house. It's down there. You made me talk. You happy? You got an old lady to talk about her down there. You feel better now? You know, actually, you're the first person I ever told about this, and I feel a little better.
My vagina is a shell
A round, pink, tender shell, opening and closing, closing and opening. My vagina is a flower, an eccentric tulip, the center acute and deep, the scent delicate, the petals gentle but sturdy. I did not always know this. I learned this in the Vagina workshop. I learned this from a woman who runs the Vagina workshop, a woman who believes in vaginas, who really sees vaginas, who helps other women see their own vaginas by seeing other women's vaginas. In the first session, the woman who runs the Vagina workshop asked us to draw a picture of our own unique, beautiful, fabulous vagina. That's what she called it. She wanted to know what our own unique, beautiful, fabulous vagina looked like to us. One woman who was pregnant drew a big red mouth, screaming with coins spilling out. Another very skinny woman drew a serving plate with a kind of Devonshire pattern on it. I drew a huge black dot with little squiggly lines around it. The black dot was meant to be a black hole in space, and the little squiggly lines were meant to be people or things or just your basic atoms that got lost in there. I had always thought of my vagina as an anatomical vacuum, randomly sucking up particles from the surrounding environment. In the workshop, we were asked to look at our vaginas with hand mirrors. Then, after careful examination, we were to verbally report to the group what we saw. I have to say that up until this moment, everything I knew about my vagina was based on hearsay or invention. I had never really seen the thing. It had never occurred to me to look at it. My vagina existed for me on some abstract plane. It seemed so reductive and awkward looking at it like we were in the workshop on our shiny blue mats with our hand mirrors. I felt as though the early astronomers must have felt with their primitive telescopes. I found it quite unsettling at first. My vagina, like the first time you cut a fish open and you discover this whole other bloody, complex world inside right on your skin. It was so red, so raw, so fresh. And the thing that surprised me most was all of the layers. Layers inside layers. Oh, more layers. My vagina amazed me. I couldn't speak when it was my turn in the workshop. I was speechless. I had woken to what the woman who ran the workshop called vaginal wonder. I just wanted to lay there on my mat, my legs spread, examining my vagina forever. It was better than the Grand Canyon. And full of grace. It had the innocence and freshness of a proper English garden. It was funny, very funny. It made me laugh. It could hide and seek, open and close. Then, the woman who ran the workshop asked how many women had orgasms. 2 women tentatively raised their hands. I didn't raise my hand, but I had orgasms. I didn't raise my hand because they were accidental orgasms. They happened to me. They happened in my dreams, and I would wake in splendor. They happened a lot in water, mostly in the bath. Once in Cape Cod. They happen on bicycles, on horses, sometimes on the treadmill or the gym. I didn't raise my hand because although I had orgasms, I did not know how to make one happen. They seemed like this mystical, magical thing. It felt wrong getting involved. Proud. Manipulative. It felt Hollywood. The surprise would be gone, and the mystery. The problem, of course, was that the surprise had been gone for 2 years. I hadn't had a magical accidental orgasm in a long time, and I was frantic. That's why I was in the Vagina workshop. But then, the moment had arrived that I both dreaded and longed for. The woman who ran the workshop asked us to take out our hand mirrors again and to see if we could locate our clitoris. We were there, the group of us women, on our backs, on our mats, and I don't know why. I started crying. Maybe it was sheer embarrassment. Maybe it was knowing that I had to give up the fantasy. The enormous, life-consuming fantasy that someone or something was going to do this for me. That someone was coming to lead my life, to choose direction, to give me orgasms. I could feel the panic coming, the simultaneous terror and realization that I had avoided finding my clitoris, had rationalized it as consumerist and mainstream because I was in fact terrified that I did not have a clitoris. Terrified that I was one of those constitutionally incapables, one of those frigid, dead, dry, bitter, apricot-tasting shutdown. Oh my God! I lay there on my mat, searching for my spot, reaching with my fingers. And all I could think about is the time that I was 10, lost my gold ring to the emeralds in the lake, how I kept diving over and over again to the bottom of the lake, running my hands over fish and stones and bottle caps and slimy stuff, but never my ring. The panic I felt, I knew I'd be punished. The woman who ran the workshop saw my insane scrambling, sweating, and heavy breathing. She came over. I told her, "It's gone! It's gone! I've lost my clitoris! I should have put it in swimming!" She laughed. She calmly stroked my forehead. She told me that clitoris was not something I could lose. It was me, she said. The essence of me. It was both the doorbell to my house and the house itself. I didn't have to find it. I had to be it. Be it. Be my clitoris. Be my clitoris. I closed my eyes. I put the mirror down. I watched myself floating above myself. I watched as I began to approach myself and re-enter. I felt like an astronaut re-entering the surface of the earth. It was very quiet, this re-entry. Quiet and gentle. I bounced and landed and bounced. I came into my own muscles and blood and cells, and then I slid into my vagina. It was suddenly easy, and I fit. I was all young and warm and pulsing and ready and alive. And then, without looking, with my eyes still closed, I put my finger on what had suddenly become me. There was a little quivering at first, which urged me to stay. Then the quivering became a quake, an eruption, the layers dividing and subdividing. The quaking broke open into an ancient horizon of silence and innocence and music and longing, and I felt connection. Calling connection as I lay there thrashing about on my little broom mat. My vagina is a shell, a tulip, and a destiny. I am arriving as I'm beginning to leave.
My vagina. My vagina. Me.
It is not an invitation, a provocation, an indication that I want it, or give it, or that I hook. My short skirt is not begging for it. It does not want you to rip it off me or pull it down. My short skirt is not a legal reason for raping me. Although it has been before, it will not hold up in the new court. My short skirt, believe it or not, has nothing to do with you. My short skirt is about discovering the power of my lower calves. It's about cool autumn air traveling up my inner thighs. It's about allowing everything that I see or pass or feel to live inside. My short skirt is not proof that